Howdy.
Welcome to 5 Minutes of Awesomism, where Peyton and I introduce you to people, places, and things that we think are really helping turn negativity into awesomism. And before we go any further, we want to thank the OHO Sunglasses for being a major sponsor of ours. It's the ohos.com, and get yourself a pair. They have so many different types of sunglasses. They're phenomenal. And if you use the term awesomism, the code awesomism on it, you get 20% off of the entire site. So whatever you order. So, and usually this is where we say, thank you, Brandon Hodde, for letting us use your amazing music, because me and Peyton are his biggest fans.
Yeah, and here he is.
And here he is. We have him. We are so excited. You guys, if you ever are near us in the car, and we have our sunroof open, which we do all the time, we almost always have Brandon Hodde on, don't we?
Yeah,
me and Peyton always
crazy.
sing to his songs because we're his biggest fans. He's such an amazing country music artist. I'm not kidding. It's not just that he lets us use his music. We love his music. He is such a great artist. So thank you, Brandon, for being on today. And we don't have to say thank you for letting us. We get to say thank you for being on. So
absolutely. Appreciate y'all having me on. It's been a long time since we've been on a podcast together. So I appreciate y'all bringing me back in and getting to talk about whatever and all that good stuff. But yeah, I guess, for people that don't know me, I'm Texas based, singer-songwriter guy. I record music. I write music. I played too many instruments because I was bored as a child. So I play about 24 different instruments. This is like my little hut, if you'd call it that, or whatever. I'd kind of hang out in here and record a bunch of videos and songs and stuff. Played a lot of gigs last year, looking to play more gigs this year. So if anybody wants to hire me out there, I'd be absolutely down to play wherever in the United States, and just give me a good old email or something and we'll kind of talk more about it. But I'm not the greatest person. I'm not the greatest person to like talk about themselves. But yeah, hopefully gonna record some more music this year. We've got a lot of songs in the tank, in the catalog that nobody's heard. And some songs are reworked songs that maybe I wrote 5 years ago and they weren't very good. And I tend to shelf them and kind of come back to them and say, hey, let's see if we can make it better now, now that I've grown and I've progressed or whatever. I used to play some shows with a fellow named Jake Worthington. He's a pretty big, popular country music artist now. And he told me one time, because I was telling him about writing songs, and I said, man, this song is awful. I was like, I'm just going to throw it away. I'm just going to get rid of it, and just forget about it. And he said, Brandon, don't do that. He said, just shelf it. He said, don't throw anything away. Keep it, shelf it, come back to it another day, see if you can make it better or whatever. And actually, one of the songs that y'all play a lot, the Small Town song, that was actually one that at the beginning, I was like, that's awful. Like, I got to do something about that. And I pocketed it, came back to it, reworked it, and then it came out to what it was, which, something I was proud about. So yeah, there's a lot of that goes on in my world. I just kind of half write songs, full write songs, and kind of throw them away and come back to them sometimes. And sometimes they click. Cause and Effect was a song I wrote in 30 minutes.
Wow.
And so, the whole thing, just came to me out of nowhere. I hurried up and grabbed my guitar and just wrote the whole thing and didn't change anything. What you heard is exactly pretty much what I put down as a demo that day. So, fun stuff though.
We love your song, Small Town.
Yes.
We do. We absolutely love that song. I love all your songs. Like, we literally, when we say we're huge fans, we really are. Like, I love your music. There's been days that I've just been really overwhelmed and grumpy, and we'll get in the car, turn your music on. I even listen to it on my headphones a lot, walking around the house, and it just puts me in a better mood. what I love the most about your music is it's not only the style of the music, but your words are so relatable. Like I really love your words. We use your the other one where you could have had a front row seat, you know, where it's and we use that on our Grilling for Awesomism podcast because the guy that owns White Bull's Barbecue, who is our co-host and sponsor, he ended up having some issues for a few years physically, you know, with his health. And so he kind of had to slow down on his business and he's picking it back up. And people, you know, people always like to hang on to you when they think you're going to get somewhere. But then if they see you kind of fall, they run to somebody else.
Yeah.
And he and I've talked about this at great lengths, and he's really coming back with the storm. Like his barbecue seasonings are the best. We stuck with him. He's just so good. And I said to him, this fits so much our stories of, you know what, you could have been in the front row with us, but now, you know, you're going to be standing at the train station while we take off. And I love your songs because they're so relatable. The only problem we have with your songs is whenever we're going to figure out one for the podcast, we like them all. So we're like, okay, we just have to go with one because we love them. It's so great. So
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, we got some new ones that nobody's heard yet that are, I feel like better than anything I've put out so far. They're more real. They're more kind of like, you know, human in a sense. So, I'm excited to get them out there. We haven't started recording them yet. We just have, you know, preliminary demos. And I may tease them on social media or whatever at some point. But no, I really appreciate that. I always tell people around me, I'm like, well, so at the end of the day, I'm not really anybody, but you know, if I'm somebody to someone, even if it's one person, then that's, you know, that's pretty cool. And so, you know, we'll see where this train takes us, but we definitely hopped in last year and seeing where we don't know where we're going, but that thing's chugging along. So wherever it takes us, you know, fine by us.
well, I'll tell you what, you're somebody to us because
I
we
appreciate
not
it.
only adore your music, but you have been so kind to us at Team Awesomism and letting us use your music. And that has meant everything to us. And, you know, if you're listening to this podcast, please follow him. It's Brandon, Hodde. You will thank me for turning you on to his music. Now, the only thing that I'm upset about is now that if this music is going to be better, however, will we pick a song, Peyton? Because we just, I mean, like we will sit there and argue over which song to pick because we like them so much. But I know no matter what, you are somebody to us. And I know that there's other ones within our network who love your music like we do because they bring it up with me. And just keep being you because you're such a humble guy and you're such a great country music artist. I love what you write. I love your style of music. I love everything about it because it's like you said, it's so human. It's not this. This is part of the reason why I've always been a country music star. People, I mean, fan, start listening to me, I wish. Because when I was growing up, I grew up in Chicago, you know, back when I grew up, I'm 65. It was like disco and everything. Not me, country music, country music, country music. I've always loved country music because it's so much more relatable. It's about mom and pop. It's about family. It's about heartache. It's about what we live through in life. It's not about this fantasy. And we have so much of that with social media nowadays, where people are trying to achieve something that is never going to be real in their life. And I think so much of country music is bringing us back down to earth. And I've been at different events where they'll play different styles of music. And it's funny because they'll have all this other music on. People are just kind of sitting there. Country music song will come on and people are singing because they relate to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And there's some other artists out there, not in the country music industry, like someone like Ed Sheeran. You know, he's got some really cool lyrics and songs and there's more. I'm sure I'm just drawing a blank right now, but that's the one prominent that just kind of pops up in my mind, you know. And there's some really good artists, but I think I agree, you know, country music, it just kind of keeps it real, kind of keeps it, you know, centered at home. And I'm not the songwriter that can write about a pickup truck in a field with a case of beer and a girl on the tailgate. I just, I mean, maybe I could write a parody song about it to make fun of it, maybe, but I'm not that type of writer. And I wouldn't consider myself, even, one of the top 5,000 writers in the world or the United States or even Texas for that matter. I just put words together, and if it makes sense to me, I hope it makes sense to everybody else, but it's just a hobby of mine. If I can make somebody feel something and it relates to them and their life experiences or choices, even, that's kind of what I'm in it for, is just, to share what I'm feeling with others and make them know that, hey, if it's happy, sad, emotional in any way, hey, you're not the only one that's felt these things before. And, there's more of us. So.
No, I agree. Listen, I really agree with you on that, because that's part of why we do the 5 minutes of awesomism, is because we want people that are, PTSD, ADHD, ADD, GAD, autism, just loneliness. There's so many people out there, and the suicide rate is at such a high level right now. I mean, yesterday, again, we had an NFL player who's saying he committed suicide. That's 2 in a few months. Okay. The world is looking at them from the outside. Oh, they got all this money, this fame, people are cheering for them. They're feeling lonely. They're feeling, and sometimes it's that song or that podcast or that post that somebody puts out and they go, oh, wow, I'm not the Lone Ranger here. I'm not standing on this island. Somebody else understands how I feel. And so, I think we don't talk enough about being there in the out ways to help somebody inward, because a lot of people don't want to ask for help. But a song, a podcast, a post, a blog sometimes can be all the difference. I had a situation once come to me where this young man, I would talk to him on and off on social media, and I just could sense by some of his posts that he was struggling. So I sent him a private message one day, and I said, I hope you're doing okay. I said, I just want you to know that I care. And if you ever need anything, I'm here. That's all I said. 2 days, 2 days later, he sends me a text and said, I was contemplating suicide when a complete stranger who only knew me through social media said she cared. I realized that there probably are a lot of people in my space that do. So he said, I just wanted to thank you. That shook me to my core, because I had no clue that the whole reason, God led me to do that moment was because he was feeling alone and that nobody cared. And, that's why we really push music, on our app. We have music on our app. We have blogs. We have different things, because maybe that one thing we put out, somebody goes, okay, I'm not alone, and they reach out for help. And you just don't know. And that's one of the reasons why we appreciate so much your songs, because we feel your songs. We don't just hear your songs, we feel your songs. And I love that. And I love the way that, you have expressed through your music. And that's why we're your biggest fans. And we prove it, because at the end of the year, when my Spotify thing comes out, I always show you, look who's on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's you. And so we wanted to thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. And again, please follow him on Spotify, listen to his music, follow him on social media. And if you have a venue or know of a venue, please reach out to him. The more places that Brandon can get in, the happier we at Team Awesomism will be too. So
Yes.
thank
Same
you
here.
so much, Brandon.
Yeah, keep up the amazing music work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anybody?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do my best, and we'll see where the wind blows us.
Yep, exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brandon Hodde.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All right, y'all have a
Bye.
good one.
Bye.
You too.
You too.